You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a towel on my head. Well, first off, it's not a towel, it's a turban. Be more culturally sensitive or I'll poo your ass. The reason I'm wearing this is because I'm psychic. I can tell what type of person you are by your main character that you select in Tekken. Want to see if I'm right? Ooh, prediction. I am. Let's play. It's awesome wearing a turban for a gag. You feel like that. Name 3 castaways. Ooh. Ooh. First, lucky first, Yoshimitsu, the jester alien robot we all learned to love. What would he put down as his occupation at the airport? Intergalactic ass kicker. If you chose Yoshimitsu, you didn't do well in the HSC, did you? In fact, you didn't even do the HSC. Too busy studying how to get Yoshimitsu to use his sword. I know the struggle. His greatest strength isn't the fact that he has a lightsaber. It's the fact that every time he gets hurt, you feel hurt for him with that... You didn't have many friends. You were the first person to discover stick death, and as soon as everybody else found out about stick death, you were already bored of it, moved on to 4chan, spent 300 hours figuring out every possible Yoshimitsu combo so that when your shitty cousin came over, he threw a tantrum and made the Yoshimitsu sound of... Broke your controller, you never fixed it, you just put duct tape around it, admit it. If you frequently select Yoshimitsu, you have a dark soul. A soul so dark that even if that crocodile god from ancient Egypt ate your heart, it'd throw up.
What crocodile god?
There's a crocodile god that they put your heart on this scale when you die, and if it's heavier than a feather, i.e. you're a worse person, like they throw your heart to a crocodile and this crocodile god and he eats it. And if it's better than that, you go to heaven.
I'm learning.
Heihachi, even though he's the bad guy, only legends pick him. I don't know why. It's proof that the yin and yang symbol is a scientific concept. Everyone who frequently picks Heihachi, even if they get their ass kicked, they will always say at the end of it, "Oh, nice, man. It's just a decent guy." And every time you lose contact with him over the years and he pops up on Facebook years later, he will be there shirtless with a couple of tats on his chest, holding a baby. And you will inevitably say, "Oh, good for him." And you will actually mean it. If you pick Julia, you're a sociopath. Who on earth picks Julia apart from Logan Paul? Very sweet, friendly exterior, but as soon as you're down on the ground, just keeps kicking you until you're dead. Never gives you a chance to even get up, just... You may as well just close your eyes for the next 20 seconds and mash the control pad. It'd be the exact same outcome. Just wait for that echoey... to know that the carnage is over. Ever heard the phrase kick 'em while they're down? Talk is cheap. Julia walks the walk. If you choose Law, you are the human embodiment of the Dunning-Kruger effect. You think you're so awesome because he does backflips. Well, I got news for you. Tekken isn't circus tricks at high school, mate. It's not hard to make Law do backflips. He does that more than walk in the game. Be honest, you think you're better playing him because he looks the most martial artsy out of all of them. But in reality, you're just a sucker. You just picked him because he goes, "Whoa!" You're a tech NPC. If Gunjack's your main, you were the youngest brother, and you picked him because you thought, "Whoa, metallic arms, how can I lose?" But you never seem to have made the connection that you choosing Gunjack and your success rate of precisely 0% might be somehow linked. Even though your older brother tried to explain it to you because he was sick of you crying and throwing tantrums after losing, that "Stop choosing Gunjack then, you spastic, he's shit!" Which, as we all know, is the closest thing an older brother will give their younger brother in terms of friendly advice. But you'd say, "No, he's my favourite." And then sit there crying and pathetically begging, "Just let me get in one punch." If you chose Gunjack, you have no one to blame but yourself. And the younger sister version, Zhao Yu, I'm guessing you were a tomboy with 4 older brothers, and they used to kick your ass. But it was like when Goku was training on that planet with 10 times the level of gravity on Earth. So your entire childhood was just one long rocky montage of you figuring out how to do those behind slaps. And your older brothers got bored of the game just before you peaked. But now that you live in a share house and you play Tekken, everyone goes, "Oh my god, she knows how to do the triple slap." The chickens have come home to roost, eh? Jin. I mean, what's there to say? You're probably an accountant. and you bought a house really early for way too much. You're boring. Paul, older brother of 2, used to crack the shits when your mum would come in and tidy your room because you had a porn stash. Dropped out in year 10 because what can school teach me that life can't? And that is technically true, but you proceeded to not educate yourself at all. Just ended up watching every episode of Naruto go, for some reason, characters with blonde peroxide spiky hair speak to me. Your friends enjoyed hanging out with your little brother more than they enjoyed hanging out with you. Your little brother came to the conclusion at 12 that you're, quote, a bit fucked. He has a distinct memory of you using a whippersnipper against him threateningly because he dared ask not to use the shitty off-brand controller just once, to which your response was, use this one then! Come on! Take it! Ogre, I have a theory, and if there's one comment that contradicts this, the theory's completely null void. That's how confident I am about it. If you chose Ogre as a kid, you're now a plumber. Oh, here we go, Eddie. If you chose Eddie, you're a cheap cunt. Such an opportunist, using the exact same shitty tactic every time of smashing circle and X over and over, eliciting the exact same response from every kid in the country that versus you. Stop moving! No. If you chose Eddie Gordo, just like how there's loving father on some people's tombstone, the only thing that should be allowed on yours is little shit. With the quote at the bottom reading, no one's stopping you from choosing him. King, the stoner's choice. What is it with stoners and liking anything with the branding of King in it? I mean, King's great if you know how to play him, but be honest, the reason you chose him is because it wigs you out that, dude, is that his head or is that a mask? How many times do you think stoners worldwide have had that conversation? 70 trillion? Gone. If that was your main, then turban off for you. How'd you do it? Are you that bald kid from The Matrix that can bend the spoon with his mind? Talk about playing with a handicap. Gon was handicapped. Didn't have arms. He is objectively the worst character, and this is a public service announcement. If you know anyone whose main character is Gon, alert NASA. One of their experiments from the psychic ward is loose. Hwoarang, here we go. The second cheapest character. Anyone who picked him has just figured out that he's OP, and that if you press circle, you win 90% of the time. Everyone who picks Hwoarang has this smarmy, faux moral sense of superiority. They're the Prius drivers of Tekken. Instead of choosing the most bullshit character, they've chosen the very close second most bullshit character, knowing that everyone's rage and contempt will be directed towards the guy who chooses Eddie Gordo, while they sit there like the guy from The Simpsons that says, it was him. Let's get him, fellas. Even though everyone who ever chooses Hwoarang has one strategy. Stand there, wait until the opponent runs up, kick him in the face. Playing Hwoarang is easier than getting your bartender's license. Well, I think we all learned something today. Make sure you put in the comments what you think my main character is, and Matt's as well. And I think that we'll all be not pleasantly surprised as to which those are. And do what you did to your little brother who used to choose Gunjack all the time and perfect KO the like button, because if this video gets to 18,000 likes, we'll do a little let's play of our 2 main characters, a tournament of best out of 5. Yes! Cheap content for us!
Please share and comment below. Comment.